My name is David Sibiya. I just want to give a testimony on how I stayed with the Lord's John and Joy and how I benefited from their love that saw me through my education. The story goes back to January 1986 when my father, who had just retired from work, but when he retired from work, he was hypertensive, so with that chronic illness, but still he wanted me to go to school. So he enrolled me at Chimanimani Secondary School with the hope that the Department of Social Welfare would help me with school fees. So he used borrowed money for my first term education with the hope, as I said, that the Department of Social Welfare would chip in. And then when schools closed in first term, there was no response from the Department of Social Welfare. And when schools opened, second term of 1986, that is when I was in Form 1, still there was no, we received a negative response from the Department of Social Welfare that they were unable to actually sponsor me. So I had to stay at home, meaning to say I became a dropout by the beginning of second term of Form 1. Instead of just staying at home with my parents and siblings, I looked for some work to do at a neighbor's place, just doing the menial jobs that one can think of. Then after about a month, Baba and my-in-law sent a lady or a girl whom they stayed with, Shipo, to our home. Then I received a message from my mother that Baba and my-in-law want me in Chimanimani, so we had to travel to Chimanimani, and then that is how the laws took me into their house. That is how they started helping me with school fees. Up to now, it's a bit amazing, and I never had the opportunity to ask them how they identified me as a person in need, amongst many other students probably whom I know had some need. But nevertheless, it was by God's grace that they identified that there was someone who had dropped out from school, and then they took me in. Then I started staying in their house, they paid for my school fees. And then, apart from the fact that they assisted me with the school fees, I also became part of their family, enjoying all the benefits of being a child, you know, opportunity to watch TV, to celebrate Christmas with them, meeting with their children and their families, and the many friends that they had in Zimbabwe and outside Zimbabwe. And by God's grace again, I shared the same birthday with Joy Law, that is the 20th of March. So whenever the 20th of March arrived, I knew that we were going to have a birthday celebration. It was a double celebration. So I continued with my education, and I had all the privileges. There was the library in the sitting room, so we would have an opportunity to do extra reading. The school itself did not have a proper library, but back at home at the Lord's house, then the opportunity to do extra reading was also provided. The laws taught me many things, so I can describe them, Baba and I, as the teachers, mentors, because they played many roles to me. So they can describe them as teachers, as mentors. That is how I can describe them. They had so much love for us because at any time there were not less than 4 students staying with them, and the numbers would actually increase during school holidays as many other students who were in need would come to work at their place to raise school fees. So all in all, a lot of us in Chimanimani were helped. But something unique about how they helped me as well is that when I finished my O-level, that is Form 4, I did well. and they never abandoned me. I also benefited now when I finished my O-levels. There was now need to go to A-level, that's Form 5 and Form 6. And it is through one of the many friends that they had, the family that is known as the Hawks from the United Kingdom. We had met them at the Lord's house. So that family actually offered to pay my A-level school fees, and they actually did that. So I went to one of the former Group A schools, Mutare Boys High School. So anyone can actually attest to the fact that from just the day school, Chimanimani Secondary School, I found myself now doing A-level at a former Group A school, that is Mutare Boys High. Then they actually continued to play the role of in loco parentis to me. They continued to encourage me, and during the consultation days, it is actually my and Baba who would visit the school, assess my performance, give me career guidance. I remember at one point, Baba arriving in Mutare, which is about 150 kilometers from Chimanimani, riding a motorbike just to attend a consultation day for the upper six students who were actually about to write exams. So when he came, he did not just come to assess with his notebook, but he also brought me some goodies from home. Then after my A-level, I then had to go to university, and the laws still were very close to me. Actually, my law was my guarantor for the student loan, so she took a lot of risk to make sure that at least I accessed the student loan at the university. So then I went and went to the University of Zimbabwe. I completed my degree. Unfortunately, a few months before I completed my university studies, that is when Milo passed on. And then, however, my relationship with the laws never ended, because I continued to come from time to time to Chimanimani to visit Babalo when he was now on his own without my joy law. And then I'm happy that from a state of dire need, I managed to go to school, and I owe a lot to Joy and John Law, Martinoti Susu, Mai and Baba Law. We never called them Mr. and Mrs. Law, but I got Mai and Baba Law, because actually they were our parents. So from humble beginnings, I managed to go to university, and I'm now working, attained a number of professional academic qualifications, and I owe all that to Mai and Baba. I'm happy to be associated with the Joy Education Trust. At least I hope my testimony would be an inspiration to the many other students who probably are in the same state that I was in as far back as 1986. So I would say being associated with CHET is quite an opportunity to share my experiences, to inspire others, and to actually demonstrate that irrespective of your background, if you actually are provided with an opportunity, you can actually go as far as you want academically and professionally, just the way I did. So I'm happy to be part of the Joy Education Trust. I witnessed the launch in August 2019, and I'm happy to be part of the whole process in terms of selecting students for the scholarship. Thank you.